All right, so today we're looking at my pink 760. Someone dared me to get this, and I was curious, how pink can you go? And we're talking, neon pink, you can see it a mile away. So before we get into the scope, because, I know people are looking at scope and they're like, wow. Okay, so my neighbors, and I mean, these guys are conservative. I'm talking, white flag, Red Cross, conservative, and they went nuts when they saw this because right away in their mind they're just like, this would be a good way to get the girls and the wives and their families shooting more when they saw this color, and it did get their daughters and wives shooting more, and they shoot it too. They don't care if it's pink. They're smart conservatives. They're just glad that the ladies are doing more gun handling. So it's unique to my collection, I will say that, and I actually many times costs a little more because of special color, but it's a lot of fun. But yes, make no mistake, it's neon pink. Okay, so you see this big scope on here. And so for new people, I just want to address this because you're thinking, oh, I have to buy a big scope like that to work it all. No, and I originally thought of getting a $20 scope. It's called combos. A lot of these guns will come with like a $10 or $20 scope, and some people think it's quote appropriate. But like my neighbor said, those same very smart conservative neighbors, they said, if you got that UTG laying around, then you put it on there. Your 760, that pink lady would tell you put that on there. It can only help. So I decided to do that because it does. This is about now $150 scope. That makes a $20 scope look like trash. So it holds its zero. We'll go over what you need for the new people. But one of the themes of this video is if you have a scope like this. Now, how did I end up with this on a 760? Is I just bought it, thought I needed it. Then, I decided I want to go with a dot sight or a peep sight. And all of a sudden, this thing's not being used. So stuff like that happens. So it's been very good for the 760. And let's go over what, if you have a scope like this, fully okay, so adjustable back here, you have 3 to 9 power magnification, battle turrets, click adjustments, and the lens up front is fully adjustable. So for new people, I want to focus on the ring. So remember, it's metal on plastic. And Crosman says be careful because so you don't damage, because that metal ring that anchors here is always going to be stronger than that plastic. But there's some things you need to know, and this is vital. I get this out there that, when you hand tighten it, that's not enough. It's a recoilless gun, but just pumping it can jar these loose. So when you put it on here, this has a slot. Some use an Allen wrench, but just make sure you get in there and put it tool tight. Tool tight means a basic grip like this. Nothing, no wrenching it, nothing crazy, just tool tight. And this has not come loose. This has been good. Also, when you put a scope on, make sure you put it on padded surfaces. Be careful how you handle it. You do have to take that into consideration. But yeah, so make sure though on the initial mounting, after you use it hand tightening, make sure just give it some light tightening with a screwdriver and it doesn't damage it. And it will hold its zero because the rings don't shake loose from pumping the gun. So what I discovered is using 4 power, Libra 7 has pioneered how to get good actually out of these guns. So I like 4 power, silver point pellets. I've decided just to go all the way with these, meaning with the optics, compared to my brown version that just using open sights, I can use wad cutters or these. With the optics, it really makes them look different as far as what pellets are using. These things hit so hard and they deliver accuracy right up there with some of the best wad cutters, and they hit hard for pest work. So I decided to go all in, meaning this gun is sighted in really just for these. As far as BBs, that's going to shoot really high, and other pellets will shoot really high. But I want to make a point that with the scope and 4 power and those pellets, I'm achieving 1-inch accuracy at 12 meters. It looks good at 15 yards, 20 yards, surprisingly good. So I felt I needed to get this video out there because this, when I saw that level of accuracy, literally inch group with the scope and those pellets at 12 meters, I felt that people should know. So let's finish up talking about some of the hot channels out there. I know the ones I really respect because they teach you how to shoot the gun. I get that. O-Shoot and Air Guns of Alaska is a nice guy. We talked a lot. Both those guys are big, strong men, and they teach you to pump, let's say a Legacy of putting it up on its butt like that on their leg and pumping with one hand. People struggle with the Legacy, so that's a little bit more controversial. Some people really struggle to pump it like that. You can do that with the 760 if you want to rest it on your leg. I prefer to scissor pump. That means pump with both hands. So like shears, garden shears, so it's a little easier. But let's go over this. Whether you rest this on your leg or you pump with both hands, make sure that you don't just ride it right here, because you can stress this anchor point. There's an anchor point there. So make sure you put your hand a little bit on the receiver, some on the stock, on the receiver, and you hold it here. So more, yeah. So get right up to the trigger guard. So right there, and then pump however you want to, either resting it on your leg or scissor pumping like I do, both hands. So, but always right there. Okay, well, thank you. And I just wanted to get that out there. And yeah, there's no foul in using a really nice scope like this if you have one laying around. And I'm really glad I went that way. Okay. Good shooting. I wish you good shooting, and just please run a 4-power scope. That's good. It holds 0, and those pellets will give you about 1 inch accuracy with this smoothbore.